you've ever wanted to create your own custom concept football kits that look dynamic and realistic, I've made this video to help you on your way to becoming an awesome kit designer completely for free. That sounds like clickbait, I know, but I promise that once you've watched this video, you'll know all you need to gain loads of enjoyment and tons of likes from creating your own virtual designs for real life football teams. For this video, I've analysed the designs of some of the best designers out there, like Marcio Hugo, That's Quezzy, and Steve's, and I'm going to provide some tips as to how you can make your kits look incredible, all with the use of one simple, free online tool that I've been using for over a year. Part 1. Starting with the online tool. The tool in question is called FIFAKitCreator.com. It's a website that can be accessed as an app too, but works best on PC, and it includes high quality patterns and graphics. A lot of these are only available with the paid version of the tool, but it's absolutely not necessary to buy that, and you can certainly get along just fine without it. When you first go to the website, it will have this green UI and a kind of ugly default 3D model showing up. That's because it now defaults to the EAFC kit creator, which uses models and textures more suited to exporting custom kits to the newest versions of EAFC, which is something I might make a video on later. Assuming you're not planning to do that, it's important to use FIFA Kit Creator instead. That can easily be done by simply clicking the EAFC Kit Creator text at the top left of the screen and choosing FIFA Kit Creator from the options. Then it will reload as FIFA Kit Creator with its orange UI, and that will become the default on that device. Next, you have to optimize your settings for realism. To do that, go to the settings wheel and scroll down until you find lighting. From the options, choose day or day left, which are the two I use most regularly. Just below that is the 3D model setting, and you're going to want to choose FIFA 21 to 23 tight from those options. Now you have a nice looking, well rendered 3D model, the perfect canvas on which to start your kit designing. I also usually click hide shorts, but you don't need to do that. Before you start adding your designs, you'll need to choose a template with which to work. You can choose your template just below the name box, and there you can find multiple templates from real kits over the years, each from different brands, and also a selection of basic templates with no branding. A lot of the branded templates, as well as graphics and patterns, have this little gold M symbol in the corner, and that means that the asset is inaccessible for people on the free version. Unfortunately, it's templates that are most affected by plus limitations, but you can still do well with what's accessible to you. You can also access the newer Adidas templates on my Discord server. Once you've chosen your template, remember that it's generally a bad idea to add an asset to your kit that's only ever used by other brands, like the Nike Vapor design on an Adidas kit or the Hummel chevrons on a Puma kit. No matter how good it looks, never change a brand's norms, because those who notice it likely aren't going to let you forget it. Something that's nowhere near as necessary, but still sometimes worth keeping in mind if you're going for realism over artiness, is that following a brand's norms in terms of the actual graphics is always a good idea. For example, Nike's kits often have these really complex graphics on them. Adidas don't usually go over the top with their graphics and mainly focus on the actual aspects of the template itself, and Castore love using patterns that repeat themselves across the kit. Again, it's not necessary to always do that, and of course brands vary this fairly often. Another thing that can actually often affect what style your kit is the choice of collar you use. If you go with a V-neck or round neck collar, your kit will go well with a dynamic modern design, whereas if you use a polo collar, then people will love a retro design to go with it. Part 2. The main part of the shirt. One thing that I've discovered to be extremely helpful when finding the perfect front graphic for your kit is simply using customized versions of real kit graphics that people already love. For example, popular designer Marcio Hugo made these two kits using the highly rated graphic from Arsenal's leaked 2024-25 third kit. They're the main part of the shirt, and yet the design still looks wonderful and undoubtedly different to the original kit, not just in terms of colour but also style. I find most of these graphics online, and there are a bunch of cool places where you can discover them. Some of these graphics look awesome when you add an abstract design to them via the mask feature. Abstract designs can be found simply by searching for a nice wallpaper on Google Images. Then just add them as a custom logo. There's a limit to the amount of custom logos you can add without plus, but you can just click the duplicate button and add as many as you like, and then you can simply resize it by typing in something like 2,000 or 3,000 and then mask it over the graphic. Keep in mind that this only looks good with some graphics, but it won't take long before you can instinctively know what will work and what won't. For example, if you want to use the Arsenal third kit graphic as mentioned above, chances are it's not going to look good with a multicoloured image masked on top of it, but something sharper and a little more detailed will look better if you can pick the right image. As an additional note, these days Nike use an effect called Vapor on their kits. This is meant to be a cool way to mix the design with good breathability, and it's pretty much just a nicely arranged bunch of holes on the shirt. You can replicate this by downloading a Vapor image from a helpful online forum like Discord, and then adding it as a subtle overlay. It adds a ton of realism and can bring your Nike kits to life. Part 3. Larger scale things to think about. One of the most important things to consider is whether your kit will be a home kit, away kit, goalie kit, or something else. Depending on which you go for, you can give yourself different options for designs. For example, home kits are always a certain design which you can alter a little bit, so you can choose to limit yourself that way if you want. For example, Newcastle always play in striped home kits, and Feyenoord always use a half and half design. With away kits you have more options, but you can't use a colour that features a lot in the team's normal home kits. For example, a blue Porto away kit is generally to be avoided, and some teams use certain colours for their away kits too, like Bologna always using white with small amounts of blue and red. With third kits you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can choose any colour as long as it's not the colour of the team's rivals, and any kind of design. That's why I mainly do third kits, because they give so much freedom. For goalkeeper kits you can also have fun, but generally don't use more than 2 colours. Here are some colour combinations that work really well together for any kit. Navy and royal blue. They're similar to each other, sure, but these colours can go really well together if you use white or gold brands. Beige and black. You have to be careful with this one, because if you use too much beige it can look kind of ugly. You also have to be careful where you use it. It can be the main colour of the kit, but it can't be the eye-catching part. For example, this kit I made draws the eye to the paint like Germany flag effect in the top, with the beige offsetting that colour. Blue and reddish pink. Keep in mind the reddish pink has to be a really bright colour, too dark and it's ugly. Also remember that the reddish pink colour has to be used really sparingly. For example, this kit is basically the limit you should go to. Also note that I've used navy as the background colour too. That's also a colour that can be used well with these two. Black and gold. When you're doing this one, always remember that the black has to be about 95% of the kit. Only the trims at most should ever be gold, otherwise it will seriously lose its realism. Bright neon, blue and pink. This is perhaps the one you have to be the most careful with. Never use much at all of these, only a tiny bit on the kit. Part 4. Ideas. Probably the best idea you can use on any kit is one that has some kind of cultural significance to the team or country that the kit is for. That could be any kind of reference, from a design featuring the colours of the flag or the animal that the club has as a mascot. For example, this Aston Villa kit has a subtle lion and star on the front in a claret and blue on top of the beige. The lion features on their badge, and so it has a reference to the badge and the culture of the team in that way. And this Italy kit has a pattern across featuring the colours green, white and red, which are the 3 colours of its flag. If you make sure that your design is actually relevant, people will love it, and it adds way more depth to the kit as well. Part 5. Using others' templates. Since FIFA Kit Creator has limited access to templates, some awesome people on there have taken the time to make their own ones for people to remix. It's important to know which ones are worth remixing though, because some of these custom templates can make you unable to add any originality to your kit. Template makers I recommend in terms of basic templates that allow you plenty of room for your own ideas are XS, who has a collection on his profile for templates, all of which have an easy to remix design and awesome designs based on brands. Grare9, whose templates are mainly for real life kits, for example all the templates you could need for all the Adidas goalie templates, and Steve's, whose templates look really cool as standalone designs. That means you might be limited in your originality though, because often the main eye-catching part of the kit was already on the template. But still, if you can remix it to be original enough, then Steve's templates are among the very best. Part 6. Publishing your kits. This is, of course, an optional step because it's perfectly fine just to make kits for your own enjoyment. Even if you do want to publish your kits, it can be a good idea to wait for a bit until you've pretty much got it. If you're just starting out, I recommend mainly just posting on the FIFA Kit Creator Showcase. You won't get hundreds of likes, and you'll probably get only about 5 to 10 per kit when you start out, but that will steadily increase. Keep in mind that I've been doing it for over a year, and I still get around 50 likes per kit, which is obviously nowhere near as much as an Instagram creator would get. If you want to post on Instagram eventually, that's awesome, and you're much more likely to gain popularity there. I don't post regularly on Instagram anymore, but I highly recommend it once you think you're ready. Also, it's unlikely to happen, but there are a few stories going around about concept designers who have ended up working for professional clubs, and it's fair to say that a lot of them probably deserve it. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and hopefully you can begin making your own great concept kits very soon. If you want help, advice and support from people who have already embarked on their kit making journeys, please feel free to join my Discord server of over 500 members, where we also host weekly kit design competitions so you can test yourself against the best. I also post my kit designs on FIFA Kit Creator Showcase, so be sure to check out my kits there, and also give me a follow on there because I follow back most of the follows I get. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.